Welcome to the Aligned Voices podcast. This is a space created by Healthy Aligned Living for honest, real conversations about healing, growth, and what it actually looks like to build a healthier life. Every episode gives you practical tips, supportive insights, and empowering ideas to help you move forward, no matter where you are in your journey. If you or someone you care about needs support, head to healthyalignedliving.com for HAL programs, groups, and helpful resources. Just a quick reminder, this podcast is here to guide and inform, but it's not medical advice. Always talk to a qualified healthcare provider before making changes to your treatment or care plan. Take a breath, relax, and let's get into today's episode of the Aligned Voices podcast.
Welcome back to the Aligned Voices podcast, where we talk honestly about mental health, healing, and finding purpose even when life feels heavy. Today's episode is called Rewriting My Story. Today's guest represents what it means to choose growth daily through consistency in his fitness journey, commitment to music, and powerful lived experience. He has transformed his life in meaningful ways. Dizzy, we are so grateful to have you here.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I'm thankful for you guys having me.
Yeah, we truly appreciate you taking the time to be here with us today. Many of our listeners are dealing with the feelings of being stuck, they fighting with difficult surroundings or working hard to grow beyond earlier versions of themselves. Your personal journey connects deeply with those experiences and speaks directly to what so many of them are going through. So, all right, let's start at the turning point. Like a lot of people who may know you from your music or the social media, how would you describe who DZ today is? Like, what do you stand for?
What I stand for growth, upliftment. I'm always willing to help somebody give the shirt off my back. I'm a little bit crazy. I'm the first to admit it, but I have a good heart and I come from a good place. So that's where I'm coming at.
Dizzy, talking about the turning point, was there a specific moment, or maybe a quiet, maybe a chaotic, or maybe, when you realized something in your life had to change?
Yeah, it was just I just wasn't living good for the last like 4 or 5 years. I just didn't feel good. I just took a downward spiral and just stuff wasn't going good in my life. Like I was using Percocets, I was doing coke, I was partying all the time, I was drinking all the time. Like I'd wake up in the morning and I feel like, yo, I feel like I'm dying slowly. I used to tell myself like, man, this is what dying slowly feels like, must feel like. And I just wasn't happy with what I became and what I turned into. And I was like, yo, I'm so much better than this, you know? I was just eating junk and just like getting high and just, I wasn't taking my serious, basically.
Yeah, that truly appreciate you opening up and sharing that. What did that moment feel like emotionally? Was it fear, sense of loss, or maybe even relief?
It was more so out of fear, bro. And I was like, man, I'm out of shape. I'm freaking I'm addicted to perks. I needed to chew like 2 or 3 perks just to get out of bed in the morning. Percocets. I was at risk for diabetes last year. Yeah, I was at high risk for it. I have asthma and I was doing coke and it wasn't good for my asthma and I was catching pneumonia and stuff like that. And I wasn't good. I'd get my money and I'd spend it up. And I was just like, man, something's got to change in my life. This ain't right. I remember just feeling like I had the whole world in my palms at one time and it just slipped right through my fingers. And I just had to make a change, man. And it just started from me just hitting rock bottom. And I've been working on for 4 months, and honestly, it really changed my life. It's life changing. It was life changing for me. Sobering up and going to the gym was the best decision I ever made.
I get that completely, and I really know, what you might have gone through, and how you decided to evolve. Coming to the question, when someone grows up around certain environment, maybe streets, or maybe some sort of pressure, or
Mm.
expectations, change isn't just a decision, right? It can be somebody taking a risk. It can be a risk at times. So were you risking something when you decided to evolve or to transform, or it 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 wasn't there at all?
Was I risking? No, I already took enough risks in life. I had more to gain from changing my life than risking it. I don't really care how people want to look at me, right? Already did. I grew up. This is the problem with these people who want to judge me or whatever. Oh, you ain't street no more, this, that. Like, I grew up, my mom was on crack. My dad was an alcoholic. Both my mom and my dad been to jail. All my brothers in my family been to jail. Half of my family was addicted to crack. So it's like, yo, I grew up in foster homes, and I just like, if anybody wants to judge me, it's like, yo, F you. I ain't really trying to hear that stuff, because you ain't really came from where I came from. You ain't really lived the life I lived or walked in my shoes. So like, and I'm changing for the better. I'm helping people. I'm inspiring people. What are you doing? All these people know how to do is destroy and break stuff. They don't know how to build and uplift people. Let me see people do that. They can't.
Yeah, and I understand, because I think a lot of young people who maybe who are going through something, they get so much drawn towards these, right? And there are
Yeah.
people, yeah, there are people who actually encourage them to fall prey to all these things. So I completely get it, and it's really it really makes me happy that you went through so much, you saw so much, and still you decided to evolve and transform, and also help others transform, like be an inspiration for so many people who might be listening to you, who might be wanting to know about you, how you did it.
Yeah. Um, you just gotta do it, man. You just can't care about what other people say, and you gotta, who's influencing you? For all these kids out there, do these people mean well for you? The person who's trying to influence you, is it for the good or is it for the bad? Is it something you want to do personally, or you just feel like you gotta fit in, right? And
Absolutely, yes.
your friends should want the best for you, even if it's not what they want you to do. They should just want you to be happy. At least he's doing what he wants to do. I want to see my little brothers. I want to see my brothers. If you call this guy your little brother, you call him your brother, you should want the best for him, and you should want what he wants. Whatever is good for him is good for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really powerful, and I totally agree with it. So, did your transformation come from like one big decision, or it was a series of small disciplined choices over time?
It was just like my transformation. Well, the me up in life is just like little by little, right? And it built up. It compounded into problems, right? So I'm just like, man, I need to change. I can't keep living like this, man. This is not a way to live. I don't want to wake up feeling like I'm dying slowly. I don't want to have to freaking be in the hospital because I'm doing coke, because I'm freaking catching the pneumonia from doing that shit. That's such a whack way to live. Like, who wants to live like that? I don't want to live like this. I had my fun. I partied. I got to travel. I had as much fun as I can possibly have. So right now it's just about rebuilding, overcoming, overcoming my weaknesses and becoming a better person, becoming a better adult, and that's where I'm at with life right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree to that, because we have been watching your content on Instagram, on TikTok, and I think, yeah, you have mentioned it quite many times about this. How you transformed, and I think it's an inspiration. It should be an inspiration to a lot of young people and even adults who might be, battling something like this. So I get it. I completely get it. So just talking about identity, environment, and self-worth. So you are talking about how you were then. So back then, how much of it was a survival and how much of it was an identity?
It was both. It was the survival and identity. When you grow up in an environment like I grew up, where everybody's selling drugs, everybody's using drugs, the only people who I can look up to as a kid, they're all pimps, gangsters, drug dealers. You got to remember, I grew up in a time where the internet, there was no such thing as a live
Yes.
streamer. There was no such thing as an influencer. You
Yes.
couldn't just go hop on the internet and make a bunch of money. That didn't exist.
True.
This is like a new thing, right? So when I was growing up, that didn't exist. The people with money, they were pimps and drug dealers and gangsters. And that's what I looked up to because that's what I was around. And everybody in my family was either using drugs or selling drugs.
I
So
get it.
it's like, yo, as they're gang members and stuff too. So it's like, yo, now we're at a point where it's like, you don't need to do that no more. And I try to tell the young guys in the hood, like, yo, you stay away from that shit. Like, there's so much, there's kids making money off live streaming, YouTubing, TikToking, Instagramming.
Yes.
There's so many different avenues where you can be a somebody in life, and you don't have to do
Absolutely.
crime to do it. You don't have to commit crimes to do it.
That is so true. That is true. So true. You don't have to fall prey to substance. You do not have to, you know, be
Yeah, and you could,
yeah, bad
you,
influence.
yeah, you want to wear the big jewelries and drive the nice car and wear the nice clothes. You don't have to commit crimes to do that. Just
True.
get yourself a camera, hop in the studio and pick up that camera and start making content. And the main thing is you can't worry about what your friends think or the people around you think. They're going to judge you. They don't understand your journey. They don't understand where you're trying to go in life. They never even been to where you're trying to go in life. So how can you take advice from them people, bro? You got to do what's true to you. Do what's true in your heart.
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. Dizzy.
Yeah, Dizzy, thank you for sharing your perspective. So, when someone grows up in a tough environment, sometimes strength look like aggression. So, when did strength start meaning something different to you?
Like strength, when did it mean?
Yeah,
Um, See, a lot of these kids got strength messed up. They think being a bully and being obnoxious and being reckless, that's not strength. Strength is control your emotions, first off. A lot of these people can't control their emotions. They pick up a gun, someone's in jail, someone's dead, and the other person's doing life in jail. What did that really solve? That solved nothing. Just two families lost. Two young men lost their lives. So it's like, that's not being strong. Being strong is, first of all, you got to forgive yourself more than you have to forgive other people. Forgive yourself, bro. Stop,
yeah,
like, don't be shameful of yourself, man. We're all humans. We all make mistakes. So forgiving yourself, that's strength. Waking up every day and being disciplined, not sipping lean and popping perks, and that's easy to do. Do something that's hard. Build. You know, it's easy. You can demolish a building in one day, but that building that takes like a year to build, right? So you
yeah.
gotta. What's strong is to build. Tearing down is easy. Strength is building something.
Yeah, I agree with it. Like, whatever you did, just forgive yourself first and move on to the right path. Yeah,
Yeah.
it did. So, what what did you have to unlearn about the masculinity, pride, or loyalty in order to grow?
Masculinity.
Yes.
Masculinity ain't just like in the streets. It's directed wrong. You think because a lot of these guys, they don't have men in their lives, bro. Like, they grow up without fathers, or their parents are their kids grew up in Canada, but their parents and their culture is so different from the Canadian ways. So they look up to these guys, these older guys that are from Canada that are up to no good, and they look at them as kind of a father figure or whatever, or as a symbol of masculinity. But being a masculine is taking care of your business, being on your job. Like I said, is being disciplined, being responsible, looking after your family, looking after your loved ones and your family. Stuff like that. It's not about joining a gang and going shooting somebody because you're a part of this gang. You got to realize, bro, you do something for a gang. Once you're sitting in jail doing life, them they ain't gonna look after you. You know who's gonna look after you? Your family. It's your family paying your lawyers. It's your family putting money on your books. It's your family crying up all night, crying, worrying about you. Them dudes in the streets that you think are mass, they don't care about you, dog. So I don't know. That's what I saw. Masculinity to me is just being the leader of your tribe, being looking after your people, looking after your friends, your family, in the right way, steering people away from the wrong and just wanting the best for people.
Guiding them in the right direction rather than just
Exactly.
yes, rather than falling prey to substance or getting into committing crime. I think you definitely defined it in a very right way, because when it comes to masculinity, I think it would be leading the people in a right direction, and
In the right direction, yeah.
and giving them a direction, leading them in the
Yeah.
right direction and giving them a direction. So I completely agree with that definition. So a lot of people feel trapped in their surroundings, like the way you mentioned the environment that you saw around. I think a lot of young people or kids, in fact, see every day. Did you ever feel like your environment was writing your story for you?
Yeah, when you're young, you really don't have a choice in the matter. But when you grow up and you be an adult, when you're an adult, you have a choice in the matter. You don't have to live in that same neighborhood you grew up in. You don't have to hang out with these people. That's your choice if you want to associate with those people. You have a choice now. When you're young, I have no choice on where I wanted to live, or I lived down the street from these people. Like, I had no choice in that. But once you grow up, you have a choice. You can live where you want to live. You can associate with the people who you want to associate with. You don't have to keep around with these losers. So you can rewrite your story in that way
I
by
get it.
doing different.
I get it. So you knew very much in your heart that I am exposed to this situation, but this is not going to be something that will define my future. I am definitely going to go ahead and write a future for myself, which will be far more better than what I
Exactly.
saw growing.
Exactly. But the thing is, it sometimes is going to take a while for people to realize that. It took me a while to realize that.
So when
It
did you
took me a while
realize
to
you could?
realize that.
Yeah. So when did you realize you could rewrite it? Like, what was that moment that you thought this, like, I can rewrite my future. I do not have to, keep on suffering this, or I do not have to go through all of this. So when did you realize you have the strength and you could just get up and transform yourself? You could rewrite your own story.
It happened. I thought about it years ago, but I just never took action. But now I'm finally taking action. I always thought, like, man, there's something bigger out there. Like, I'm worth more than this. I can do more. I can be more. I could be better than who I am. But I always thought about that myself, but I never took the action. I never really had the confidence to take the action. But now I'm taking the action. I got in the gym. I'm like, man, I'm rewriting my story. I don't have to keep living like this, right? So realizing one thing and taking action is two different things. So
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. Now let's move forward and we'll talk about the music as a process of healing. So when did music stop being just expression and start becoming therapy for you?
I don't know. I don't know if it was really therapy. It's always been expression. just rapping about what I seen in the hood or what we grew up around and stuff like that. And I always listen to music. Just being not really having much money, but music is cheap, right? Cheap form of entertainment. So there was always rap music blaring and stuff like that. And I just like music, all types of music. I just like music.
Okay. And so did it ever work as a therapy for you, like growing up or in your transformation journey?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
It did.
Tupac is real therapeutic for me. I love listening to Tupac.
Okay. Okay.
He is a little bit old school rapper, but it like the he just talks about the pain growing up in the ghetto, struggles as a black man and stuff like that. And it's therapeutic. Listening to rap music is therapeutic, especially certain songs. They really touch you.
Okay. And is there a song that you wrote that reflects the moment you began changing internally? Did you write a song?
Um, no, not really.
Did you
All my
did
all my music is all ignorant. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you guys.
Okay. So do you want to, or do you intend to write a song that maybe captures your not only the pain but also the transformation journey that you have or you are going through?
Yeah, I'd love to write a song about that. Hell yeah.
I think you should write it, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
You should.
That'd be good.
Yes.
Yeah, even I agree with that. So, in recent times, like whenever you perform, are you performing for the crowd or for the younger version of yourself?
I'm performing for the crowd. I want to put on a good show for the people.
Mm-hmm.
It's about the people. When they come out to see, they came out to see a show. I gotta give them a show. Yeah.
Okay. And does it have a reflection of your younger version as well? Like maybe you wanted to take it up seriously then, and you know you you just remember that younger version as well when you're performing. Is there
Yeah,
a
because
reflection?
I get to act wild and hype and scream and interact with the people and yeah, it makes me feel young again.
Okay. I read that. I definitely read that. And
Yeah.
what does music give you that the street could never?
It just gives me peace. I could sit in my room by myself for hours and just listen to music and just by myself and just enjoy just have the time of my life just by myself listening to music, dancing by myself, singing by myself. Just something I really enjoy.
Okay. So, as you know, that Hall works towards mental health and people battling it. So, just wanted to ask, like we talk a lot about mental health on this show. Growing up, was that something that was ever discussed openly in your circle?
Nah, there ain't no mental health. We don't talk about mental health in where we come from. We just get drunk and high. That's how we deal with our mental health.
Oh,
It's sad, but that's how people deal with their mental health.
and what about the kids, whose parents are on substance, and how do those kids basically deal with it? Because I think they too go through a lot of trauma, right? So they want to be heard, they want to talk to someone, they want to discuss school, they want to discuss their project, or something good that happened in their school. How do those kids deal with it?
How should they deal with it? I don't know. Don't turn to drugs, right? That's bad, right? Because
Yeah.
that's. But yeah, you got to talk to someone safe. But a lot of the problem is with a lot of people, it's like a lot of people don't understand because it's hard for a person to talk to someone. When you talk to someone and they don't come from the environment you come from, it's
Yes.
hard for them to understand it, right?
Yes. And even for the kids to trust, right? Because
And
they,
yeah,
s-
to
they
build
see so
trust, yeah.
much around them.
And at the same time, it's like they know, like their parents tell them, "Yo, watch what you say at school, right? The child welfare come take you away, so you gotta watch what you say to them people at the school." So it's hard for them to, like you said, trust somebody, right?
Yes,
Because
yes.
I don't want to be in a foster home. You want to share something with someone, all of a sudden child welfare is coming to take you. With some families, maybe that's a good decision, but like I don't know. You don't
And
want to get to.
no kids want to be, away from their parents is what I understand. But yes,
Yeah,
yeah, and no kid should actually go through it.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like I totally agree with you. So, how do you handle stress or anger differently today compared to the 5 years ago?
My stress, this is how I deal with it. I go to the gym. Therapy costs too much, so I lift weights.
Okay.
That's where it really changed me. Is like I never really went to therapy, but when I went to the gym and I sobered my mind and I started working out, wow, that was all the clarity and all the therapy I needed. What I deal with stress now is just like I just try to let problems roll off my shoulder, not try to let stuff stress me out too much. I'm still alive. I still got my 2 feet. I still got a heartbeat. There's still a chance, and I'm gonna keep fighting.
Yeah, I agree. Like the healthy body have the healthy mind.
Yes, exactly, for sure.
Yes. So, talking about the transformation, what daily habits or disciplines protect your peace now?
I don't go out to the clubs no more. I
Okay.
don't chill with certain people. I don't chill with certain people no more because they really ain't on that health tip. Which is okay. If you want to keep living like that, that is your decision. You're an individual, you're an adult, but I'm not coming around that no more. I got to protect. This is how I protect my peace is I don't hang out with certain people no more. I'm not living that life no more. So if you choose to live that life, that's you, but I'm not choosing to live that life no more. I'm choosing to surround myself with people who want to go jogging, people who want to lift weights and exercise like that. Just chilling with a different crowd.
And was it difficult to disconnect with them, the people you didn't want to be with anymore, like you didn't want to be in their company anymore? Was it difficult or like?
Well, yeah, it's difficult because some of those people, I still love those people, right? It's just we're not on the same page anymore, and I'm not in that point in my life no more, so I have to distance myself. And they still message, but I don't reply. I don't even open the message. It sucks, but it's like, yo, I can't really mess with you right now because you ain't getting your stuff together. So you got to get your stuff together.
Absolutely.
I tot- I totally appreciate you sharing that. So, did you ever struggle with numbing pain, whether through distractions, substances, or avoidance?
Yeah, that's how I used to numb the pain was through the Percocets. The Percocets used to help me numb the pain. One of my cousins got murdered, and that's when I really started using Percocets, and it just kind of helped me numb my pain, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I did that for over 10 years.
Okay. So your cousin was very close to you, right? Like from what you
Yeah,
I
yeah, I
realized,
loved
like in
him.
the.
Uh, we're very close, really, really close. I was depressed for like 2 years, and I freaking picked up a Percocet addiction.
Ow.
Yeah, it really hurt me when I had to bury him.
So what exactly, if you ever wanted to, escape the substance use, or falling um, prey to any sort of substance, what do you think? What would have helped you in your pain, instead of escaping it? What do you think would have been the best alternative?
I should have went to the gym when I buried my friend. And the thing about when I buried my cousin, when I buried my homeboy, I started hanging out with wrong people, and I was looking for love from other people who didn't care about me. But the thing is, I could never find that love for them because my homeboy gave me the truest love. I'll never find that type of love no more. And I just hung out with wrong people, and which is my decision, right? I can't blame them. That was my decision for hanging out with them. But yeah, I just didn't hang out with people who gave a fuck about me, and I was just looking for love somewhere, looking for love in the wrong places.
I get it.
And so the best advice have for people is when you take a loss, maybe it's good to be alone. Don't try to look for new people to hang out with. Not everybody in that's coming into your life means well for you.
And not all the shoulders that you get to cry on are the right shoulders, right? Are the right ones.
Exactly, right? Right? Not every shoulder is the right shoulder.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. Now, I want to shift our focus a little and talk about youth and responsibility. So, when young people look up to you now, what responsibility do you feel on your shoulders?
Responsibility, I just live the life that they want to live. Live the life that you want to live, man, for the kids, man. As long as you're not hurting nobody and you're just being true to you, be true to yourself, man. Don't do it for your gang. Don't do it for nobody. Do it for yourself, man. You don't gotta prove nothing to nobody, man. Live the life how you want to live it. And if you want to do dumb shit, there's consequences for that, young man. I had to pay the consequences, and look where it got me. I ended up on drugs, and buried my friends. It wasn't nice. So, man, it's all about decisions. It's all about choices, you know?
Yes. So, what do you think young men are really searching for when they, get pulled towards gang violence or fast money or, as we were talking, substance? What do you think the young men are actually looking for?
They just want to be noticed, want to be a part of something.
Okay.
Maybe they're not getting that love at home, but your gang accepts you for all your flaws, right? So they're gonna accept you for who you are. Really, all your flaws, they're not really gonna. I don't know. It's hard to explain it, but yeah, people are just
Yes.
looking for identity and stuff too. People want to feel important, right?
Yes.
So if you say I'm from this neighborhood, you feel important.
Okay.
I'm from this gang. I'm from this neighborhood. You feel important. But
Yes.
it's not always the best thing, right? You gotta
Yes.
feel important because of you, not because of your gang, right? You're
Yeah.
important because you're important, not because of what gang you're a part of.
Yeah, absolutely. So they are proud of something that they shouldn't be proud of, right? Like the identity they are building is not the right identity.
Yeah.
So, yep.
And you're gonna end up dead or in prison.
Yes.
Or you're gonna end up on drugs living in a tent.
Yep.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for sharing that. So, when you see a young person headed down the same road you were once on, what do you want to tell them?
What I want to tell them is don't waste your time with these people, man. You gotta remember, man, like, you got your own life to live. These guys might be your friends. Let them do what they want to do. Do what you want to do, bro. Don't let these guys peer pressure you into doing something you don't want to do. If someone's peer pressuring you and you say no and they don't want to be your friend, maybe they ain't your friend.
Hmm.
That's not your friend. A friend wants what's best for you, bro. And sometimes you're not gonna, friends are not gonna agree, but you got to remember, man. You go down, head down the wrong path. It's not glamorous. It's not what the rap music makes it seem like. It's not glamorous, bro. You're gonna bury your friends, or or even worse, bro. Your parents are gonna have to bury you, or or you might have to sit in prison and live in hell for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
It's not pretty, man.
Yeah, so they should be looking for the right influence, right? Because we have not today young men and women, they have so many resources at hand. They have the digital platform where they could look up to influencers who are actually making a difference. Like, I can
Yeah.
consider you the way you have transformed. I think people can look up to you. So I think they should be looking forward. They're looking up to, in fact, searching for good influence.
Yeah.
And yes, so I think they are very fortunate that they have, if they use the digital media in the right way, I think they can get good inspiration and motivation as well.
Yeah, they can start a business from it too. That's what's beautiful about the internet is I don't know if we'd be able to do this podcast if it wasn't for the internet.
Yes. Yeah.
So there's so much cool stuff. You could travel. You could be a travel vlogger. You could be a food vlogger. You could sports, bodybuilding, like whatever you're interested in, you could do it. Like even you could have an online store. You can sell stuff, drop shipping. There's so much ways to make money on the internet.
Yes, absolutely. So
That's
what?
selling drugs and committing crimes is fucking pointless. It's
Yes,
pointless.
yes. So they can look for look for good inspiration, as opposed to the negative.
Yes.
Yeah. So what do you think is the biggest mistake that, adults often make when trying to save youth? So, if they are trying to, you know, help them, come out of the situation, what do you think what are the biggest mistakes adult actually make?
Um, that's a good question. Trying to think. What's the biggest mistake is the biggest mistake is like, bro, stop being too like their parents and like too strict and stuff, man. They're kids, bro. They don't want to feel like they're around their mom and dad. You know, because sometimes mom and dads are just like a little too like, if you talk about social media with them, they don't want to hear it, bro. Like, what the fuck? Go be a doctor. What are you doing? Just help the kids. I don't know. I don't know.
I think it's also that they don't understand the kid as the kids want them to, you know, understand.
Understand them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the kids want them to understand, right? And
Yeah.
I think what I where I see a lot of adults fail is that point. It's a very important point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, talking about, see, change. Yes, it's very important, if specifically if you are caught up in a situation where you should not be. But I think it also comes with a cost. So there is always a cost of change, and as you said, the world that is portrayed to us, it looks glamorous, but it isn't. So, and growth isn't glamorous too. So what did change cost you?
It didn't cost me nothing. I had everything to gain from it.
Anything
I
like any special bonds, or any special things that you had to do away with, or which where you didn't want to, but you had to, because you wanted to change for good.
I had to cut off certain friends, certain people in my life because they weren't really good for me anyways.
Okay. So you didn't risk anything. It didn't cost. It actually did good to you, right? Like, so.
It did good to me. I had everything. This is the best decision I made. All the good people are still in my life. It was the people who wanted to keep drinking and doing drugs. That's the people I lost. Which is, I say, I still love those people, but they want to keep living that life. I ain't down for that. They see me on my social media, but I know I'm inspiring them. So hopefully I can just touch them, inspire them through the screen, and they want to change their,
Yeah.
get their together. Mm.
Yep, thank you for sharing such useful information, Dizzy. So, was there ever a moment when you seriously considered going back to the life you were living before?
No, no. We're not going back. We're not promoting that either. So
Okay.
this is
Yeah.
the right path. This is the good way.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So, what keeps you committed to the new version of yourself?
My health, my dreams, my aspirations to be something better. That's what keeps me grounded and keeps me motivated to keep pushing further. Because I have a goal that I'm trying to reach, and I want to reach that goal. Because I know if I reach that goal, my life is going to be 10 times better than the life I was living before.
Got it. So, so talking about message to struggling listeners who are battling something, who are battling pain, who want to make something of themselves, but they feel trapped in their past. What do you want them to hear? Like, what do you, if there was something that you want them to want them to hear or convey, you know,
Okay.
yeah, just want you to share.
Okay. Yeah, I got it. What I have to say for those people, everybody, for everyone that's going through something, keep your head up. Life gets better. I know it's rough right now and you feel alone. I've been there in those situations. I've been in your shoes. And I'm still fighting the good fight too. I'm still not at where I want to be in life, right? But it's going to get better, bro. Just have hope, keep faith. Faith is important. Don't give up on yourself. Because once you give up on yourself, then it's really going to go dark for real. So don't give up on yourself. Keep hope. Always have faith. Keep pushing. And you're better than what you tell yourself you are. Like, you don't have to, whatever you're thinking about yourself that's negative, get that out of your head. Only positive thoughts. You think of yourself in a positive light. Doesn't matter what situation you are at in life, you can get through it. You're a human being. We're human beings. Human beings did great things. We did amazing things on this world. So if the next person can do it, you can do it too.
I think to all the listeners who's listening, I think these are very important words, and I think you should always hold them close to your heart. And whenever you feel lost or whenever you feel trapped in a situation, I think you should always remind yourself of these words.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that really hit deep, and I appreciate you opening up about it. So, what's one truth you learned the hard way that you wish someone had told you earlier?
Um, I had to learn the hard way, man. The thing is, what people did tell me, but I just didn't listen, man. I was being stubborn. I thought, and when you're young, you think you know it all, right?
Yes.
You think you freaking know it all. You got to put your hand on that hot burning stove, though. Mama's gonna say that stove is hot. Don't put your hand on it. She said 10 times. Soon as mama turn your back, what you gonna do? You go put your hand on the hot burning stove. You gotta learn the hard way. It sucks.
Yes, it does. Yes. So, how do you explain that your past doesn't have to define your future?
No, it doesn't have to define your future. Your past doesn't have to define you. That's the past. The past is called the past for a reason. You always look into the future. Who you are right now doesn't have to be who you're gonna be in 5 years, even a year from now. Who you are last year ain't who you are the next year. And if people, once you're changing, because I having this problem too. Now that people see me posting again and I'm exercising, people are trying to bring up old stuff. Well, I'm not there no more. That's not who I am, and that's not who I am anymore. And this is who I am now. And what would I be if I keep listening to them? They're gonna just keep dragging me back down to that same spot. So I ignore those people, and that's not who I am. And I don't look at I look at my past as like, damn, that's where I came from, and look where I'm at now.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a warrior. I'm a fighter. I didn't give up on myself.
So a
That's
rough
how I'm
past
coming with that.
shouldn't follow you, actually. The rough past
Yeah.
shouldn't follow you. If you are redefining yourself, if you are transforming yourself,
Mhm.
I think you should
Yeah.
always, look ahead, look forward to,
Yeah, look forward always.
yes, yes. And good things are coming your way for sure.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that really means a lot. So, if someone doesn't believe in themselves yet, what was the first step that can take anyway?
To believe in yourself, set a goal, say you're going to do something and do it. And that's how you're going to build your confidence. Start out with something small. Say you're going to do something and then actually go out and do it. And that's going to help you build your confidence because you made a promise to yourself and you follow through with that promise. And now you can start trusting yourself again. So that's
Yeah.
how you're going to build your confidence, right?
Mm-hmm.
And start believing in yourself, right? Because if you say you're going to do something and you don't do it, did you really believe in yourself? So just start with a goal. It doesn't have to be a big goal. Start out with something small. Once you hit that goal, with something bigger, and then yeah, you can move from there. Baby steps.
Yeah, I agree with it. So, as we come to the last part of your story, I want to talk about legacy. When you look back one day, what kind of legacy do you hope to leave behind?
I want to leave a legacy like, damn, that guy Dizzy he actually lived his life how he wanted to live it. He lived it to the fullest. He looked after his family and his friends, and he lived the life how he wanted to live it. He was helpful. He gave away to people. He gave game to get people. He gave wisdom to people. He was a little bit crazy, but he meant well. And he didn't harm nobody. He just lived the life how he wanted to live it. He was true to himself. That's it.
Yes, and I'm sure because you have come a long way, and and it's not easy for everybody, but yes, for sure, if you can do it, I think many of our listeners who are listening and who are battling something can definitely do it. It's like take one thing at a time. Make, like as you said, set up small goals and try and achieve them. And the biggest factor that should always accompany you is, I think, faith in yourself. So you should all believe in yourself. So we always talk about 5 years, 10 years. So I can't help asking this question. 10 years from now, what would make you proud of the man you became?
My proud is I'm trying to build this content stuff up, this content money, and get this and put my family on, get my sister on this content stuff, and get my brother on it. And if I can just like pop off my social media and get my career going. And then after I get my career going, I can help out my sister and my brother and put my family on. And 10 years from now, I can say, wow, I had a plan 10 years ago. I actually went out and did this stuff, made myself big, and then I went and made my family popping, and look where we're at now. Like, damn, bro, like I actually did it. I made it. That's my thinking right now.
Wow. Wow. So you
Yeah,
want to
that's
basically give back.
I want to be successful. I want to give back to my family, and then hopefully when I'm a multimillionaire, when I become a multimillionaire, I'll be a little bit of a philanthropist and give away to charities and go travel and give away money to people who need it.
Yes.
Yeah, of course I would.
yeah, that's powerful to think about. So, if you could speak to your younger self at the exact moment before everything changed, what would you say?
I would have said, yo, stick with the music, man. Don't get mixed up in all this bullshit in the streets, man. Just stick to the music. That's what I wish I can say myself. Stick to the music, stick to the content.
Yes. So I think we didn't want the conversation to end, but everything comes to an end. And I think we would
Yeah.
also like to have you on our podcast once again. So we are looking forward to it. But Dizzy, thank you for your honesty and vulnerability today. Conversations like this remind people that transformation is definitely possible. I really thank you for sharing, inspiring a lot of listeners who are listening to this podcast.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Daisy, one more time. And for our listeners, if this episode resonated with you in any way, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us across all our other social media platforms. You will find all the links in the caption below. Join the whole community as we continue to have real, meaningful conversations about healing, growth, and finding purpose in our journeys. Your support helps us to keep these stories alive and reach more people who may need to hear them.
And thank you everyone for being a part of this journey with us. And we'll see you in the next episode of All Aligned Voices. Thank you so much once again.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
To stay connected, visit our website and follow Healthy Aligned Living on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube for more conversations, insights, and updates. If you would like to reach out, you can contact us by phone at 1-8662-130518 or email us at info@healthyalignedliving.com. And if this episode resonated with you, please share it with someone who might benefit from it as well.